For Rescue the Princess, we're going to enter with Droideka on player 1 and Ghost Yoda on player 2. You should still have extra toggle on, turning it on after Rebel Attack and keeping it on for these next couple of levels here. And if you're just watching this tutorial only for this level, then make sure you turn on your extra toggle. And this is a pretty simple level, a lot of just movement with the mouse droid. We're going to force this first barrier, and then you're going to have a couple of options here. There is a trick that you can do that's a one-try trick, where you can do a double jump slam clip with Yoda on this little barrel here, which gets you out of bounds. If you happen to miss that, or you just don't end up going for it anyways, your alternative is to open up this Stormtrooper panel, and then do a double jump slam clip into the doorway here, and still get out of bounds. Either way, just get out of bounds, and then the rest of the movement is still the same. And for this door here, we want to be really walking forward into it before jumping up with Princess Leia. If you're not really holding into it, then you risk just jumping up without hitting the door transition. And then we can move forward with Mouse Droid, and as we head into this next room, we're going to swap to the right to the Imperial Engineer. He has a flop animation, and it would be kind of akin to like slashing with Ghost Yoda through a transition. So as we're about to hit the door, we're just going to swap to him and just be spamming jump so that we can flop out of the door. And then for bridge skip here, we're going to swap either to the left or right, just a character that can jump, and just swap jump and then swap back to Mouse Droid. So swapping and jumping gets us the jump that we need, but then swapping back to Mouse Droid will get us the speed that we need midair in order to clear the distance. And then you can make it with a jump here, but if you want to, as you're walking towards it, you also could just shoot it a couple of times. That works as well. And then we don't want to flop going through this doorway, just because of the line that it would take us on. We're a little too far down compared to where we want to be. And the same thing with here, we don't want to flop going through this doorway because we end up just dying. So instead we'll just take Mouse Droid through, but we will flop onto this platform as we set up for a triple jump. You also, again, can just swap to the character on the left, just whoever gets you a jump, and then we're going to swap all the way back in order to get a triple jump with Yoda. Now, when you're coming from Mouse Droid and you go to the left, it's pretty likely that your Yoda will not have his lightsaber out, so to account for that, you can do your jump and then swap all the way to Droideka, and then you guarantee that Yoda has his lightsaber out. And then for the triple jump that we just did right there, you want to make sure that you swap all the way to Mouse Droid. It's a lot harder to hit if you just swap to your blaster character. You really need the horizontal speed that you get from being Mouse Droid. And then as we land from that triple jump, I'm going to swap to the Imperial Engineer again in order to get the flop movement. And then we'll build this Imperial panel. And then as we make our way through this hallway, as soon as this camera pans to the side, we're going to call in our second player, and we're going to make them Mouse Droid as well. And then we're going to do 1P2C for the rest of this level. It'll be hard to pause and explain all the minute details. Really, if you just watch it and then practice it a couple of times, eventually it will make sense and you'll be able to do it pretty quickly. And then the ending there, it is very fast from the time that you step on the buttons to when the level ends. So you want to, as quick as possible, make your player 2 Ghost Yoda and your player 1 Princess Leia. And really, it's less about which player is which character as long as you get these two characters in the cantina. Because in this case, my player 2 is Princess Leia, so I can just drop her out as I'm walking towards the spaceport door and then swap to her, which is really fast movement-wise. And then if it was the other way around and my player 2 was Ghost Yoda, then I can just use him to travel to the spaceport door as well. And then Leia is not very far away from Droideka since she's on the furthest edge of the screen. And then you're ready to head into spaceport.